Hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis, and we are back at Banshee. Now, just a reminder for all of you guys, I will try and do these videos when an important set of rolls comes out. But Banshee has two resets. So you've got one at weekly reset. That's going to be Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, while we're in daylight savings time. So when that switches over, probably in about a month, it'll go back to 9 a.m. Pacific. And then you have it one other time where the weapons don't change, but the perks on them do. And this week, it actually seems to be in a benefit because most things got at least a little bit better. So the second change for Banshee is going to be on Wednesday, and it's at 5 p.m. Pacific while daylight savings time is active. I think that ends relatively soon. So again, it's going to be 4 p.m. Pacific once all that shifts over. But the idea here is two chances. One, full new stock of weapons, all with different perks. And then on Wednesday, in that like afternoon time frame, you've got a new set of perks on the same weapon. So you get two chances each week to get a weapon that you may not have. And they're all going to be legendary, so they can help fill slots that you may need, something of that nature. And they seem to generally be in the normal weapon pool. As you can see, some of these are literally from last season. Literally, so a lot of things tend to be in here. I have a crap ton of Gunsmith parts, so there's not at least some option I have for most weapons. But for new players especially, this can help you acquire a little bit of options that you may not already have. So, first one I want to tell you guys, if you don't have a great rocket launcher, they have their ups and downs, metas, not metas, and things like that. This is one you don't want to miss. Now, Bad Omens has its ups and downs, but you've got tracking and cluster straight up. You've got a decent blast radius, decent velocity, and very fast reload speed. And while stability is something you don't care about as a rocket launcher, it's got one in the clip. Now, you could boost a little stability, a little velocity, give up reload speed. You could get a little faster blast radius and velocity, but you are going to give up handling for that one. Handling for a rocket launcher takes a little while to pull the rocket launcher out of your backpack and actually get it in front of you, so handling is a good thing to have. But overall here, you've got a tracking cluster grenades rocket launcher. Nice to get the extra damage. Always good to have tracking. Pretty much if you fire this thing halfway across the map, you can miss most of the time. But in general, this is one as a new player especially. If you don't have a tracking cluster rocket launcher, it's literally sitting at Banshee right now for 30 shards and 1,000 glimmer. You may as well at least put one in your vault in case you need it, don't have it, or otherwise. Is it the best rocket launcher in the world? There's better ones that people tend to go for, but the easiest one you'll ever get that's tracking cluster that you may need at some point, may as well grab one. Next, we've got Memory Interdict. This one is okay, but one thing I do want to mention to you, one, you've got the alloy casing, again, faster reload speed. You've got even faster reload speed if your health is low. So if for some reason you're kind of pumping through clips, low health, this thing is going to chug pretty fast through the reloads. You've got a decent blast radius here. You could lower the blast radius, get a little velocity, stability, handling. Not really what I would probably go for. Extra handling, though, not a bad thing for heavies to get that out there. But chain reaction. Getting that explosion that chains to other enemies in a group is actually a really good thing to have sometimes for ad clearing. Chain reaction on rocket launchers, chain reaction on grenade launchers. You don't tend to find it very often. So just at least having, again, some of these weapons that have the perk checked. If somebody's like, hey, do you have a chain reaction something, you could technically say that you do. So again, this is something, while I don't love Underdog, and there's definitely a lot of better perks that can be here, faster reload speed between both of these, this is a fairly high reload speed on a grenade launcher with chain reaction. Again, not amazing, but something you don't want to miss, and chain reaction is a really fun perk to have, like Salvage or Salvo, the legendary special weapon. Like, that's a must get if you don't have that one. But for now, just as this is sitting here, don't skip it. You back up one, we're going to have the number, Unrelenting. You've got Unrelenting and Underdog. I mean, if you're low on health, you'll get some health, rapidly getting kills, you might get some health, a little faster reload to help you with those. Get a little bit of range, and small bore will give you a little range and handling. It's an okay roll, but nothing amazing. Icolo Sniper. At some point, snipers are going to get their heyday back. They even mentioned in one of the recent TWABs that Whisper of the Worm is going to get a bit of a buff, so I'm wondering if snipers are at some point going to come back. Bungie does not want you sitting in the back of a map just shooting heads. They want you to be more active. They want you to be running around like a chicken with your head cut off at times. So snipers being the be-all, end-all, that's probably not going to happen. But this one does have 4th times the charm, which is great for boss DPS, because if you hit 2 shots on a boss, 2 come back into the magazine. So rapidly landing precision hits will return 2. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, you can go flared magwell for a little faster reload, but you've got the over penetration option as well. You've also got multi-kill clip. If you are clicking on a bunch of heads, you are going to potentially get that bonus damage. This is one I tend not to find very beneficial, but if you are, plinking heads from range for whatever reason, can be beneficial, and it does give you benefits if you're hitting precisions. This isn't completely wasted. You got full bore for range, little less stability, decrease in handling speed, or just boost a little lower range slightly, but a little more stability in handling, stability here. Mostly 4 times the charm is not a bad thing to have in your back pocket. Again, multi-kill clip. I wish snipers had like a better reason to like click on heads for, low level ads or something along those lines where this could actually find some benefit where you go like 1, 2, 3, reload, and then you go 4 times the charm. You've got all that bonus extra damage to it. Putting these two lined up together would be difficult. I'm pretty sure in any situation where you're really trying to get boss damage, you're not likely going to have a bunch of little ads where you can go like 1, 2, 3, reload, bunch of damage, unload with this. Probably not going to happen. Still, 4 times the charm, not horrible on a sniper. For your sidearm, lonesome, you've got Zen Moment and Kill Clip. Not a horrible combination, but you prefer to have something with reload speed here. This does have an increased range, so you can see how high that range is on that sidearm already. And you can go small bore for a little stability, giving up a smidge of range, and you've also got the range masterwork. So Kill Clip, range, both of these are basically range. Range masterwork. If this was Outlaws, for example, with Kill Clip, then you'd be talking. But even without this, getting a little extra stability when you do damage on a sidearm, you're going to be pulling that trigger a lot. Not a bad thing. Kill Clip for the reload speed, get a little extra range, get a little more range, and then come down here, get something like target adjust or whatever it may be. It's not a bad sidearm. Not, again, none of these are like blowing the doors off of like the meta or anything, but if you want to mess around with a sidearm, something with decent range, decent stability, lonesome does tend to feel pretty good in my opinion. Finally, you've got Toil and Trouble, not one I'm too excited by. I mean, you've got this one here where you do have a decent amount of range if you pop this on and a range masterwork. You've got Field Prep, so if you crouch, again, it's not a great setup for rolls. So it's like, while the range could start stacking, you're giving up projectile spread, you've got Field Prep, you've got Outlaw on a pellet spread shotgun, pretty much not really going too much your direction. So mostly what we're looking at here is Chain Reaction on a grenade launcher. If you don't have it, not a bad addition. You've got Tracking Cluster, while Bad Omens has its ups and downs, high reload speed, and just the fact that Tracking Cluster is something you can just know you have, not a bad thing. And then 4 times the charm on a sniper rifle. If you do want to put out DPS on somebody, maybe snipers come back as barrier weapons or something, you'll be able to hit those crits, for example, maybe get some of that back in your arsenal. Other than that, sidearm is okay. You've got the number, which is fine, and then also Toil and Trouble. This is a pretty bad roll, actually. But that pretty much wraps it up for Banshee's rolls for this week. Again, Tuesday didn't have anything exciting, same weapons, but I think the perks were mostly worse. A couple here I wanted to mention to you guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did like this one, please drop a like on the video. If maybe you like one of these rolls, please comment below and be like, hey, I love using this in this build. Let other people know so they know to pick it up. This set of weapons is going to go away at weekly reset on Tuesday, so you've got that long to take advantage of this. If you guys want to find me, you can find me on Twitter. For streaming, you can find me on twitch.tv/Ebontis or right here on YouTube. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell so you see new videos and live streams from me. And if you want to support me directly, you can join the channel as a member once you've subscribed, or you can find my link from my Patreon down below in the description. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon.